welcome to another edition of Cropland Genetics Agar Solutions Crop Cam. I'm Mark Olin, Senior Agronomy Advisor for Winfield Solutions, Cropland Genetics and Agar Solutions products. Today I have with me Brandon Jensen from New Vision Co-op Worthington. I want to talk today about nutrients. A lot of guys are going to be spraying their corn here. We've had some wet conditions. Guys will get back out there with their sprayers. But we're going to look at nutrients both on the major side, but also being able to spoon feed some micronutrients to their corn and soybean plants. In front of us here we have a corn plot that we actually took tissue samples of 2 weeks ago, sent them in. The soil test showed us having no deficiencies in micronutrients or major nutrients, but actually the tissue sample, sometimes it's unnoticeable, and in fact if you do notice it in the plant, it's too late. So as you can see, the micros and the major nutrients here, we have the majors first. Nitrogen fires in from the tip of the plant leaf. On the bottom ones works its way up the plants. Phosphorus, we've seen a lot of purpling corn this year. That's because of the cool conditions. The early demand for phosphorus. Certain varieties, certain genetics will purple up more than others. And of course potassium is the outer edges of the corn plant leaf, yellowing up with chlorosis. Now that's your majors, your nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Zinc and sulfur, we get the yellow striping within the leaves. You see that a lot early on in the season in our corn plant. And that is because of demand early for a lot of these micronutrients. Boron deficiency, zinc like we talked about already, even manganese deficiency in corn, and iron. So we're working with a lot of these, and we have some patented registered products. And one we want to talk about today is Maxin ZMB. Maxin is the Maxin technology of getting products into the plant effectively and efficiently. We want to talk about elemental prominence in the corn. Looking at manganese, boron, and zinc, that demand is so early through the first 10 V stages. So if guys are using starter fertilizers with quarter zinc on it, zinc seed treatment on the corn, and now putting it over the top with their spraying of glyphosate, is a great opportunity to increase yields. What we've also done is done this on top of a guy's current fertilizer program. This is not to replace any nutrients you already have. So Brandon, last year, can you tell us a little bit of the results that you've seen in the area from the Maxin ZMB studies?
Yeah, Mark. The national average was 12.2 bushels per acre increase, and the Minnesota and South Dakota state averages were 9 bushels to the acre. And the rate that you'd like to use on this product is a quart per acre, and we want to apply it when it's at a V4 to V10 stage.
Great. And that's the crucial time. It's on that weaning stage where we're starting to get nodal root development and that plant's starting to get out in the soil and find some nutrients, but it's just helping get to that transition and fill that ear, because this time of year, V4, V6 time, we're starting to determine the number of rows around on that ear. So Brandon, what's the contact for you if guys want to get a hold of you?
You can call us at the Worthington office. It's 376-4113.
Great. So we want to look at, if a guy wants a tissue sample, talk to your local expert seller. We got different staging of corn here. Here's an example of a corn plant. Its first leaf is coming out here, second leaf, excuse me. It's not a full leaf until it has a collar around it. So we'll just grab this plant in front of us here. We have V1, V2, V3, V4, because it has full collars around it. Working on V5, V6 coming around the corner. So this is a V5 corn plant. Full collar, like a collared shirt with a yellow rib behind it. So if we want a tissue sample, we need to cut 1 inch above the soil line like we did here a couple weeks ago. Collect 15 to 20 plants, put them all in a bag, send them to your lab, but call your lab first to make sure they wash the samples when they get there, because anytime there's a chance of dust or dirt being in that sample and they don't wash it, then you're going to show some micronutrients because of that dust and dirt on there. So Brandon, with this product, there's always do's and don'ts with a lot of products, but what would you recommend for this product? Can you walk us through some of the mixing orders?
Sure. Number one, you start here by adding your water into your spray tank, and then next you add your Class Act or your AMS. And third, then you add your Maxin micronutrients. Fourth, you will add more water if it's necessary. And then you'll add your glyphosate. Fifth, and then you'll add your other products if you have anything else to tank mix, and then finally you'll add your surfactants.
That's great. And there's one big don't, if you will, and it's mentioned there on the bottom. Never put raw product with raw products. Never put your micronutrient with your glyphosate. You'll tie up the active ingredients of both, and you'll turn your inductor to cottage cheese. So it's not a good deal. Great products, but we need to walk with them and make sure we step through the process correctly. So with that, this concludes another edition of the Cropland Genetics Acre Solutions Crop Cam. If you guys have any questions or concerns, I know we got a lot of spraying going on here with some cool temperatures, some weed heists getting away from us. If you have any questions for me, please call me at my cell phone, 360-7423, or you can always email me any pictures or information you have at mdomen@landolakes.com.